guys, I am here in Tahiti. Probably can't tell because I'm just on some grass here, but if you point out there, you will see that we are in beautiful Tahiti. And I just finished working, so I thought this would be a perfect time to do TES Talks. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about not dimming your light. What I mean by that is, you know how you see kids running around, they're so bright and shiny and full of energy, and they're so excited and they're so incredibly themselves. They're being very true to who they are. When they have emotions, they definitely let everyone know about it, and there's something so refreshing and beautiful about that. And then as you get older, you learn to hide those emotions, and you learn to only show parts of your true self. For me, one of the reasons why I tend to do this and dim myself down is for the sake of other people. And what I mean is, I'll give you an example. When I was in high school, at the very beginning part of high school, I was so happy. I was totally being myself. I had, one best friend in particular who was just my total comrade, and we were really having an amazing time. And then I got to know another group of friends, and I wasn't really like them. I didn't consider myself to be as cool or as worthy to be in this group, yet they wanted to hang out with me. So I found myself not being who I truly was for the sake of fitting in, for the sake of being cool. And I had never ever said the F word. I had never sworn before. I was like a good Catholic girl, and then I started hanging out with these guys, and I started listening to music that I never thought I would listen to, and I started being a little bit more rebellious, and I really went through this period of quite a few years where I wasn't truly being who I was in my heart, and it felt very false. But the reason I was doing this is because I knew it was cooler to be that way, or I thought that it was cooler to be that way. So I essentially was dipping into my low vibrational self, which is what we do as teenagers, because we are always trying to be a version of ourselves to fit into a particular group. And that's just about growing up and getting older and navigating through that specific time period in your life. But then when you become an adult, you don't want to get into a habit of doing that. And one of the most important things that I've learned recently is don't let jealousy make you shrink yourself. Shine as bright as you possibly can. Be your fullest, most beautiful, brightest self. And if you're doing that, you will absolutely reach your maximum full potential. The reason why we don't do that is we want to fit in. We want to connect with other people, and when people are vibrating on a lower level, and when they're feeling vulnerable or dark or going through something, they find comfort in having other people around them feeling the same way. And so that's when I typically dip back into my lower self, where I do get gossipy and I do get judgmental, and I start having negative feelings, and I start complaining, and I leave those conversations and those situations feeling totally drained and inauthentic, and it doesn't feel good as an adult. So what this TES Talk for me really is about is just trying to encourage you guys to be okay with reaching as high as you can reach, and don't feel threatened or feel that you need to be less than because of other people's opinions. It really is so sad that we find comfort in vulnerability, and we connect over negative things a lot of the time. I personally love being around the people who bring me up and shine bright lights on me, and who want me to reach my full potential and be happy and to attract all the greatest things in my life. And I want that for my friends too. So I surround myself with people who high five me when I'm feeling great and I'm doing well and I'm happy. And you know that those times when something great happens in your life and you have a friend and you're like, oh gosh, I don't know how I'm going to tell them that I got this job, or this is happening in my personal life. You kind of dull the story down, or you take bits out of it and you're like, oh, it's fine. I got this awesome news, but these are the issues with it, or this is why I'm not that happy about it. You don't have to do that. Just be excited, be stoked. Say, you know what, I'm so lucky, I feel blessed, I'm excited, this is my goal, this is my dream. And the more you have that perspective, the more those beautiful, bright things are going to come into your life. So please don't be afraid to shine as bright as possible. I think it's really important to embrace yourself and to not be threatened by other people in any way. And I've written a few things down, a few notes. Okay, so one thing I love is the idea of fear and what fear really is. And they say that fear stands for future events appearing real, which is exactly what that is. I mean, fear, it's completely made up in our minds. I mean, the only things you're born fearing is you're born with a fear of noise and you're born with a fear of falling. They're the only true fears that we have. And then as you grow older and you start living your life, you start to become fearful of other things, but most of the time they're based on irrational ideas and concepts, and they're not actually reality-based fears. They're self-imposed. And one of these big fears for me was the fear of fitting in, or the fear of standing out. And I decided, you know what, this is about 6 years ago, I was like, I don't want to be a wallflower. I'm not a wallflower. I deserve to have the things that I want to have in my life. I deserve to be the person that I want to be in my life. And if that makes someone uncomfortable, then that's okay. I'm not going to shrink myself because of other people's vulnerabilities. And when you sit in that thinking, then you can only have this baseline of contentment because you truly are being who you are. And you're responsible for yourself, and you're not responsible for anyone else. That's their story, that's their path. Follow your path as strongly as you possibly can. Just the idea of selling out your integrity to gain popularity is really upsetting to me. It's something that I can relate to. Obviously, I found myself doing that a lot when I was a teenager, and then even moving to Hollywood for the first time, I felt like I had to be a certain way to fit in, and then once I stripped that from myself, it was like the whole world opened up and all these incredible, amazing opportunities came my way, and I met equally vibrating people, and now I have a wonderful group of people around me who root for me and I root for them, and it's just like a healing, wonderful thing. And together as a collective, this beautiful positive energy, we achieve so much more. We are reaching our dreams. We are creating a great ripple effect of positivity, and that's what's so important. That's what feels really good. There's a thing called the tall poppy syndrome. When someone grows up tall and beautiful and shining, there's a tendency to cut them down. And I think that is such a destructive pattern, and it's just awful. I see it all the time, and it really hurts me to know that this is going on, but it really is stemmed from people's insecurity and not feeling secure enough in themselves that they've passed judgment on other people, and they can only feel better about themselves if they pull the other people down. So don't let yourself be pulled down. That is the reason why I'm doing this TED Talks, is because it's really up to you. It's not because so-and-so wouldn't be able to handle that news. No, you just be yourself and let that person deal with their own vulnerabilities and insecurities and jealousy, whatever it is that they're going through. There's probably a great lesson for them, and just lead by example. Be beautiful and bright, and don't be a background player. It is absolutely your right to shine. Okay, so see you guys very soon. I apologize that I haven't done very many TED Talks lately, but I've been working. Now I have a bit of downtime, so I hope to do a lot more. Alright guys, so much love. Mwah. Bye from Tahiti.